Hey, this is Catherine, and I just wanted to give a little update on myself. I don't know, the last couple of days, my left eye has really been bothering me. I think I have an allergies. Might be playing a part of it, but it's also right now the eye that is most affected by the OCP, which is an autoimmune disease. Um, you know, when I first went up to OHSU and the KCI clinic, they did biopsies on my eyes. Because the eye doctors down here said, well, it looks like OCP. We can't really do anything about it. So, of course, then I have to go to OHSU. And at OHSU, they did biopsies on both eyes, which means that first they put a lot of different kinds of numbing drops in my eyes. Still didn't really help. I'm not, let's say, I'm really phobic of needles and shots, and I'm really squeamish about eyes. And yeah, they had to do shots in and around my eyes. And then they had to use scalpels to take samples of my corneas. So my eyes were very gross for a while and in a lot of pain. And when it came back as it could be OCP, which is one of autoimmune disease, or it could be lichen planus, which is another autoimmune disease. But they said at the time they thought it was maybe more lichen planus than OCP. But then every time I've gone up there since, they've said OCP. I don't know. Doctors, so whatever. But the point is, yeah, I do suffer from corneal abrasions on my cornea, duh, from eyelid scratching, and that's because of scar tissue building up from my immune system attacking my eyes. And my lower eyelid is kind of becoming adhered to my eyeball. I think I've mentioned this in previous videos, but for whoever's a newcomer who doesn't really want to go back to previous videos, that's, one of my struggles. This is something that will be, it has greatly diminished my vision in a lot of ways. People keep telling me, well, just get new glasses. Okay, I hate hearing that because I already do the eye test wearing my current glasses. Most people take their glasses off in eye test. That's how you find out if their eyes are getting better or worse if they need new glasses, right? Well, no, I leave my eyeglasses on, and they use now I can't remember what the thing's called, an oculator, a pinhole oculator, which is supposed to help sharpen your vision by cutting out the glare of other lights, like reflecting off your eyeball. Believe it or not, that's an issue. And so even with the pinhole oculator and wearing my glasses, with my right eye, I can see the big giant E that's at the top of every eye chart. And I can maybe read some of the first line under it. With my left eye, I can't even see the big giant E. And so I asked my doctor, I said, well, people keep saying, why don't you just get, excuse me, Had some popcorn a little bit ago, so now I've got the popcorn burps. But anyway, they say, why don't you get new glasses? And he said, if you can't read the eye chart with the pinhole oculator, then new glasses won't help. And if you look up pinhole oculator, they say that there are some people who would have extremely limited vision who have to use pinhole oculators as glasses. So, that is for the most extreme vision loss, having to use these pinhole oculators as glasses. And with them, I can't even see the big E on the eye chart. What are regular glasses going to do? Plus, it does not take into account that this lichen planus / OCP means that I'm extremely photosensitive. My eyes hurt a lot in bright light. And of course the corneal abrasions and the scar tissue. They're not going to reverse that. What we're doing is I take drops in my eyes twice a day. I honestly don't know exactly what they're for. Whatever they're drops. And then an antibacterial, antibiotic. That's what I should say. Antibiotic ointment in my left eye, because it's the one right now that's the worst and the most risk of getting an infection. And I take Cellcept, which kills my immune system. I'm already immune compromised because of the trach and half of my respiratory system being replaced by plastic. You know, all these things in your upper respiratory tract, your nose hairs, the mucous membranes that are supposed to trap germs and things, you know. They bypassed me because I'm breathing through a hole in my neck. I also don't have a sense of smell, by the way, except for like the very strongest, worst smells. Which it must just be like a curse of mine or something. I can smell cooking onions. I can smell cooking garlic. Which get very overpowering very fast. I can smell bleach. I can smell ammonia. I can smell kaboom or kapow or kablam or whatever that stuff that Billy Mays used to sell before he died. And I can smell when something is burning. I can't necessarily pick out what is burning. I just smell the burning. So it could be popcorn, it could be something in the oven. It could be like the time when my husband accidentally left an empty glass dish on a burner, a hot burner. I can smell that something, you know, yeah, but I can't necessarily pinpoint what it is unless I know in advance, like, oh, someone was popping popcorn for me and now I smell burning. I guess I get burnt popcorn. Oh well. Popcorn I had tonight was fine, FYI. That was some referring to something from a few weeks ago. But anyway, so yeah. No sense of smell. I could reach to high heaven right now. I have no idea. I don't care. I can't smell me, so I don't care. But, and I can't smell most things. So, what's after my eyes? Well, I mean, God. I've got diabetic neuropathy in my feet and legs. I'm losing feeling in them. I'm losing my eyesight. I'm losing my sense of smell, which affects my sense of taste. There are foods that I used to love that now I'm kind of like mad on because they just don't taste as good anymore. And there are foods I used to hate that I just kind of tolerate now because they're not as bad anymore. Everything's just kind of meh. You know, I mean, I'm not saying it all tastes like dust or dirt or nothing. Taste buds still work, but it's meh. So, yeah, so catching up on my life. Yeah, so the last couple days in bed, sleeping, mostly. It seems like when my eye is hurting, all I want to do is keep my eyes shut. And then, what's the point of getting out of bed if I'm just going to keep my eyes shut? So I stay in bed with my eyes shut, and I just sleep, and I sleep, and I sleep and sleep. So I have to pee or something, but So, yeah, this month, April. April's coming up very quickly. And April 15th is a follow-up appointment at the eye clinic. Let's see. I have an appointment with rehab on the 2nd of April for my wheelchair and to see, what changes need to be made to accommodate the changes that have happened to my body over the last 5 years since I got this wheelchair. I can't remember what else is coming up in April, except my sister's birthday, yay! My sister is promoting a manga that's coming out soon, I guess, because it looks like they met their Kickstarter goal. Now, I'm not sure if this is just for the first issue. Well, this is volume 1, 240 plus pages. But this manga is unique. It's done by an LGBT person who also has Duchenne muscular dystrophy. And Duchenne is one that usually kills people who, the rule of thumb used to be that most people who have it wouldn't live to be 18, but this person is alive and working on a manga about. We got some fox girls here. If you like the kitsune. Looks like we got some wolf girls here and boys. I don't know what Japanese for wolf is. I'm like way uncaught up on my anime and Japanese and everything. But anyway, yeah, it is the beginning adventures of a foxy young magical girl with muscular dystrophy. Yeah, they are. I'm not sure. There are 2 girls in wheelchairs. I'm not sure if they both have MD. I haven't read through the whole thing, but it looks like they have met their goal of $7,100. They've got 7,467. So that is awesome. But if you want to check out the Kickstarter, go to www.kickstarter.com. I'll put the link in the description. But /projects/Kitsune and Wheels. That's Wheels WHEELZ /Foxy and Wolfie Foxy and Wolfie Chaos Volume -1. With the whole name of the comic in there? I'm definitely going to put a link in the description. Yeah, the comic's called Foxy and Wolfie Chaos Volume 1 Maho. To be honest, I don't know what that word means. Shoujo, that means girl, I think. On wheels. Maho. Shoujo on wheels. So yeah, definitely have some anthropomorphic girls here with muscular dystrophy in wheelchairs. So this is, like I said, a manga that's being done. It says here, well, let's look at the update. It says that updates. Post-campaign update number 2 preparation. We will be starting weekly pages next week after the money clears. And we also ask that scenes might Also ask what scenes might interest you in the future. We are aiming for a PG-13. And I lost my place by clicking on the link. We are just waiting funds to clear and we'll begin regular and bigger updates for all the Foxies and Wolfies. So, anyway, that is definitely worth checking out. That is something my sister wanted me to promote, and I have no problem promoting that at all. I'm not. Actually, well, I can't really read comics at all anymore. Go back to the beginning of this video about the eye problems and crap. But, you know, I love anime, Japanese culture, you know, pop culture especially, but, you know, I've always loved, like, just learning about other cultures. Japanese is fun to learn about when it comes in comic book or cartoon form. Hey, I'll drop a mention here. In Beaverton, there is a huge Asian grocery store called Owajimaya, and it has tons and tons of Asian gifts. I think a lot of it's primarily Japanese, and there is a Japanese restaurant attached, plus a Japanese bookstore where you can buy manga, but I'm warning you, it's not translated. But if you can read Japanese, go for it. The walls are covered in manga, and plus books on how to draw it and stuff. So, and you can buy videotapes. Boy, actually, last time I was there over 10 years ago, they did have a box of like $1 videotapes, which is how I've seen the little bit that I've seen of Oh My God This. I think it was the first tape for $1 or something. But they also have, you know, DVDs, Blu-rays. I don't know. It's a great bookstore, though. They have tons of fun stuff, and the whole store is great. You buy, you know, just tons of. Oh, the candy aisle and the snack aisles. I'm really my favorite. I love trying just Japanese snacks and candy. It's sometimes it seems like their snacks and their junk food is healthier than ours. And I love the Japanese restaurant there too. I forget what it's called. It claims to have Kobe beef, but that's a fib because Kobe beef is illegal in the U.S., so don't trust any place that claims to have Kobe beef, but you know, still. I think it's a pretty great place. You spend all day there. Browse the bookstore, browse the grocery store, browse the restaurant, eat lunch restaurant or supper. So yeah, if you want a little bit more information, see if this is up your alley. It says, who will love Foxy and Wolfie? Fans of Sailor Moon, Puella, Magi, Madoka, Magica. I gotta admit that's one I've never heard of. Cardcaptor Sakura, and other fun magical girl series. People who like My Hero Academia, Fairy Tail, Inuyasha, and other fantasy tales with a large, fun cast of characters. Plus the ears. Everyone loves the ears. Okay. Collectors of independent comics and manga. And if you like your comics with shonen style fighting, fun, shenanigans, and wholesome Yuri, little Yuri for Yaoi, this is your book. So yeah, check that out for sure. And one of my long time internet friends, we've never met in real life. I make sure her channel's still up. Seems like it kind of goes up and down. Yeah, she's got it up. She's one of my long-time YouTube friends. Not YouTube friends, internet friends. We met way back in the days of LiveJournal. through like muscular dystrophy. Yeah, I guess there's a theme of disability maybe to this one. I don't know. I don't care. But yeah, we met way back in the day through like muscular dystrophy groups on LiveJournal. And she has a YouTube channel of her own now called Reefer Rants, which basically she is high and then she rants. So she's very smart, very funny. Definitely check her channel out. Again, I will put links in the description to her channel. Because I'm not going to sit here and read out UCBY blah 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 blah. The rest of it. I'm trying to avoid a certain topic. 3 guesses what that topic is. Because this wasn't really meant to be a react channel. This was meant to be a channel about me and living a disabled life and things like that. You know, something that either I could educate, inspire, elucidate, change people's minds about things, help people make up their minds about things. I don't know. I don't even know anymore. But I guess I do have a confession to make. I watched the video. I will link it in the description below. I can link everything else. You can friend me on Facebook, especially if you play Farmville too. But anyway, yeah, I posted just recently though on my Facebook. Heroin addict reacts to Amberlyn Reed, and you know, Amberlyn does always compare. You know, she says she has a food addiction. She has a binge eating disorder. And she compares it to other addictions, saying, you know, it's just bad or worse. It's like a heroin addiction. It's worse because she can't quit food, period. You know, but this lady had some insights about how she's not taking her recovery from her addiction seriously, and you know, I joked that I wasn't haunted by the binge monster, but I kinda sorta am. One of the things is I'm completely, you know, restricted by my disability. Long gone are the days of just hopping in the car, going on a long drive to the beach, picking up some Dairy Queen in the blizzard, and going over to, you know, Deep River and parking and watching the sunset over the ocean while eating a burger or chicken strips and fries, whatever, and an ice cream cone or blizzard. That's all long gone. I can't just do that on a whim. But that doesn't mean that I don't, maybe sometimes seek out excuses to have food that I know I shouldn't have. Like if Joel is tired, it's really easy to convince him that it'd be so much easier to just order pizza, or, you know, just have him get in the car and run to Taco Bell and Dairy Queen, pick something up and bring it back. So maybe I am a little excuse me, I am a little manipulative. That's something I've had to think about. Well, last time we ordered anything from Domino's, I got a sandwich and I only ate half of it and then put the other half in the fridge for the next day, right? So just sitting down and chowing down on the whole thing like I normally would have. So that's how I justify my manipulations and machinations. So I finally did our taxes today. And so I'm wondering what we should do with the refund money, because it seems like there are a lot of little things and maybe a few big things that need to be done. I know some of my caregivers are like urging me to get new flooring. I mean, I wanted to get new carpeting because I like having carpet in our bedroom and stuff. And we used to have dogs. One was part black lab, part Australian Shepherd, and he chewed up a lot of the carpeting. And we've tried to repair it with duct taping down other pieces of carpeting over where he chewed it up and stuff, and that just makes it even harder to move the Hoyer lift and things. It gets caught on things, and so the house I grew up in, the only room in the house that had carpeting was the living room. All of our bedrooms and everything had linoleum. So I liked having it carpeting in the bedroom, but the Hoyer lift gets caught up on it easy. So they're agitating for me to get new flooring, get parquet flooring or some other hard, indestructible flooring. I don't know. I'm sure I'm gonna go for it. Although he pushes the Hoyer lift around a lot too. But and also this place is a mess. But I think Joel will agree with me that we want to get more new carpeting, not necessarily hardwood floors. Oh, it's a tough one. I guess that's something we'll have to talk about. I've got a guy on my tail right now where I don't even really know why he chose me to pick on. On the channel Knowing Better, the Knowing Better guy, I forgot his name, he reviewed Dante's Inferno. He didn't just do Inferno, he also did Purgatorio and Paradiso, the whole divine comedy, which I admit I've never read Purgatorio or Paradiso. Inferno. This one with all the juicy bits. I just read it as like a straight horror novel. But anyway, the guy who reviewed the book, he just said, at the end of his video, he says, let me know in the comments below what circle of hell you're gonna go to. Haha. So, everyone's making all kinds of jokes and stuff that, I just said, sarcastically, I said, I guess the atheist one, that would scare me if I wasn't, an atheist. See, but this guy starts preaching to me and saying that, but in your innermost heart, you're being defiant and rebelling against God. Hence, your punishment is far greater than agnostics or other non-Christians in general, blah, blah, whatever. I just said okie dokie. And he goes, on to say that, rationally I know there has to be a God. Blah, blah. Just, trying to, I'm saying that I hate God so much, though, with my whole heart. Grr, I'm a monster. And I said, I don't hate God because I don't believe in God. I'd be a mesotheist if I hated God, but I'm an atheist because I don't even believe there's a God. See the difference? But he goes on and on though about, but you don't really believe that. You know. It's like, what the hell, man? So I said, and this is probably pretty cold, but I hope he does reply. Because, he's just like telling me what I know and telling me why I need to be punished because I am being defiant, because I know these things and I'm just being hateful towards God and God's feelings are hurt. That's why I gotta burn. Hellfire. So I finally responded and said, two can play this game. No man in the sky simply spoke existence into being, because that's impossible. When you die, your body goes into a hole in the ground and your consciousness and being cease to be. Jesus died and stayed dead because there's no such thing as resurrection. You claim to your copy of the 2,000-year-old shepherd's guide to life, the universe, and everything, because the promised false hope of salvation and eternal bliss is better than facing the cold, hard reality that when you pray, you're only talking to yourself. If any of this insulted or demeaned your intelligence, well, another just did unto you what you've been doing unto her. Okie dokie. I'll wait and see if that gets a response. Probably more getting smacked over the head with how evil I am. I'm so bad. Filthy girl. I guess I don't know, I'm just kind of having a conversation. Oh, that's something that we've done. Joel and I, we did the Ancestry.com and the 23andMe DNA test. I just got a pop-up saying, we're from 23andMe, saying, we're genotyping your DNA. Catherine, you're genotyping, or we're genotyping your DNA. This step usually takes 3 to 10 days. Oh, so that's cool. Your results will be expected by April 13th. Oh, cool. And Ancestry is on just about the same time frame there. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. It just gets me, this proselytizing guy on this video here. I've looked at other comments where people say stuff, irreverent stuff, and he's not like, lecturing all of them, so why did I get picked? I don't know, maybe he thought I'd make an example out of me, but I'm just gonna say like, okie dokie from now on. If he does just okie dokie. Smoky. Okay, I will say one thing about Amberlyn Reed. You know how she said her back was hurting? And she diagnosed it herself as a pulled muscle, but she kept complaining about it. She finally went to the ER. They did some tests and stuff, and it turns out she had a urinary tract infection. But it was like, she never said that it hurt to pee, but, and to me, when it hurts in the lower back, that's like when you get into a kidney infection. I mean, last time I had a kidney infection has been a long time ago, but I do remember describing it as feeling like there were two rabid weasels fighting in the middle of my back. And so, but she says it's just a UTI. She got antibiotics. So, that's good for her, I guess. I just wonder what other tests they ran, because, like the other day, I couldn't get discharged after a routine trach change until they ran my A1Cs, because for some reason the doctor wanted to see them, and I've had to go to the ER a few times for emergency trach changes when part of the trach fails, and I can't wait in a month or whenever the scheduled trach changes. And, they take lots of blood and stuff. So, if she does get like some kind of letter, well, they also want you to follow up with your doctor after an appointment. So maybe, visit to the ER or whatever. So maybe if she does follow up with her doctor, big doubtful. But, then they discuss her blood work. We can find out some more about, what if she has diabetes or other things she needs to be aware of. I admit, I was genuinely surprised that she said, while we're here, let's do an ultrasound and find out if I have gallstones. And she said she does have gallstones. That genuinely shocked me, because when I had gallstones, it just hit this terrible, sharp, stabbing pain, like in the middle of my body. And I described it to one of my caregivers. This was before I got to trach, so this was a caregiver hired through a service. Not that it makes any difference. But anyway, I described it to my caregiver, and she said, everyone I've talked to, they've had that pain that's either a heart attack or gallstones. And that right there was enough to scare me into seeing a doctor. And we did an ultrasound, and yeah, it was gallstones. It was in my heart. So I got scheduled with a surgeon ASAP, and I don't even think it took a month from my first gallstone attack to, when I got my gallbladder out. And one of the things was fatty foods just cause so much agony. Because, see, your gallbladder, gall is like an old-fashioned term for the other stuff. Bile. Yeah, so, your body produces bile to help break down food, fatty foods in particular. And, if it produces too much bile, the gallbladder was over here on the side acting like a little storage tank. So that if, in the future, if you eat something really fatty again, it gives you a little extra squirt, a little extra bile to help digest that fatty food. Well, so the problem is, when you're having a gallstone attack, like what I was having, because the stuff's probably gonna crystallize while you sit around in your gallbladder anyway. I don't know, it just does. But when you're having an attack, what's usually happened is a larger gallstone has managed to work its way up into that duct and block it off. So then when you eat a fatty food and your gallbladder goes to give you that little extra squeeze of bile, instead, it's blocked by this gallstone, and you're just you're in agony. I spent the whole time waiting for surgery eating like lean meats like chicken breasts and vegetables, and couldn't have bacon, couldn't have cheese, couldn't have red meat, at least not really fatty red meat. We try to do like 97% fat free, but I still mostly stuck to chicken and tuna fish. I ate a lot of tuna fish, just otherwise it would really, really, really hurt. So watching, like Amberlyn Reed do a kielbasa mukbang, I don't care if it's turkey. Kielbasa is still greasy, to eat the entire horseshoe and then like not be doubled over in pain the rest of the day. I don't know how she can do that. I don't know how she can eat a lot of the foods she eats and not be in constant pain. I don't know if my Reefer Ranch friend would be upset at me telling a tale on her here, but one of the things that we kind of bonded over was that she herself had put up with gallbladder disease for 5 years because she was afraid of getting surgery from a bad previous experience of the anesthesia. But it got to the point where her gallbladder after 5 years was so infected that it was probably going to kill her if she didn't get it removed. We had ours removed at like almost the same time, and then she couldn't believe how much better life was with that thing out of her. And Amberlyn Reed she just doesn't seem like she's suffering enough, like, okay, maybe she has gallstones, but I'm guessing one isn't plugging up that duct. Maybe they just irritate her gallbladder or something when it's convulsing, trying to squeeze out some bile, but she's still gonna eat whatever she wants because it's not killing her. I don't even know anymore. I think it's an amazing thing that she even just went to the ER for her back pain. So good on her for that. And so I guess I'll leave on a positive note here. Amber did something right in taking care of her health. Now let's see if she can keep on keeping on. And have a good night. Catch you on the flip side. Hope this wasn't too tedious and boring.